My name is Felix, Felix. I'm a graduate of the YALI RLC East Africa, cohort 1. That was in 2015, where I went through public management. The center has had an immense impact on me as a person and in my own process of growth. At a very personal level, I joined the center when I was just graduating from campus. And my acceptance into the center was a sort of a validation of my abilities and what I was trying to do for the community. Because at that time, I recall, I was trying to do a lot, but not very successfully. And that can put a lot of strain on you as a young person. So when I got admitted into this community, I met other young people from across East Africa who are engaged in almost similar initiatives that I was doing. And what you suddenly realize when you come together is that this is not your struggle alone, but almost every other young person is going through the same process of growth, is going through the same process of, idea attrition, where you start an idea, it dies off, and you have to start again because you can't give up. So that gave me a very safe space of re-evaluating my own self. And that, I think, is one of the biggest things I would attribute to the center. Now, after going through the whole process, when you exit, essentially you become part of a very diverse community. You have a group of young people from across the region, but with working in very different sectors, and with whom you can bounce a couple of ideas. So I found myself in a situation where if I want to to question an idea that I have, whether it's going to be successful, whether it is something that I need to pursue, you have a pool of extremely unique talent that you can refer to. But that relationship then moved from just being professional to being family, as I would characterize it. Because some of the people that I met at YALI have become really, really personal and close friends. Essentially, people that you walk the journey of leadership with together. The process of training itself was very unique, because I remember the last day of our public management training, I discovered something that looks very simple, but it's very unique. For the whole period that I was in YALI, nobody had given a wrong answer to an instructor, And having, studied law in Kenya and sat in a Kenyan class, that was very different. The instructors there were not there to seek you to give a correct or right perspective, but they were there to hear your perspective and build on it. And in the process of building on it, you refine your thinking and questioning. And that was very mind-opening, Just the fact that you're in a space where what you say will be heard, it was liberating in one way or the other. And so I have tried to incorporate that model into my own things, in how I interact with people. And you find that it, even the staff that today work under me, just the fact that somebody is sure that whatever they say, you will listen to it, opens up, a lot of ideas that eventually come. When I was in YALI, I definitely liked the concept. I definitely liked the experience that I had had. And that, in a way, motivated me in 2017 to start thinking about a fellowship or a leadership development program. So I did put an idea together, then reached out to my peers with whom we were working in the same space. And so we started Imara Africa, a leadership development program that focuses on investing in young leaders who have an interest to join the public sector, because I'm very passionate about the public sector. I'm very passionate about public affairs and politics. So we did the concept together. The chief of party at YALI then introduced me to Ford Foundation. I bounced the idea by Ford Foundation, and fortunately they saw that it is good. So they gave us a first seed grant of $100,000, which enabled us to take on board the first 21 young leaders from across Kenya and one from Rwanda. So we've taken them through a one-year leadership development program. They've had a chance to go through a residential academy. We've sent them to counties to actually interact with county governance and see how policies are made and how policies are formed. We've sponsored them to take some very high-level courses on public policy. Needless to say, having seen the impact that we had, because the impact was massive, from our fellows being given opportunities to to contribute to bills before county assemblies, to questioning models of economic empowerment in Kisumu County, to supporting Busia County government in domesticating the national internship policy. So having seen the impact that we've had, Ford has committed another funding for the next 2 years. So we are putting out a call for the next group, and we are excited about this. We are really excited. We think that we can transition the idea into a leadership institute that focuses on creating Africa's next public sector leaders. So again, this is a success that I would tie directly back to YALI, because without that introduction by the chief of party to Ford Foundation, and then having gone the leadership development program at YALI in itself is a rubber stamp of confidence. So a donor would actually look at you and see in you a young person with whom they can invest their resources. So right now I work for government, where I'm managing a program, an economic empowerment program for young people who are interested in agriculture. So it's a 300 million USD program. Besides that, I got an opportunity to be and was appointed as a board, as a non-executive director to Saiton, which is one of the investment firms here in Nairobi. And it's very difficult to explain how I would get such opportunities, except to say someone looks at you and sees that you have a certain perspective, you have certain competencies, which I can, to a large extent, link to the perspectives and competencies that I gained at the center. So yeah, this definitely remains one of my most consequential times that I'll look back and say, in terms of direction to what I want to do, and augmenting the faith I had in my own abilities, that I can actually contribute to my community. I think the time I had at YALI is definitely one of the most phenomenal times. I would look back and say, yeah, this changed me. My experience at YALI was transformational. It was transformational. It transformed me at a personal level in terms of my perspectives and approach to things and how I saw leadership. It transformed me at a much higher level by giving me a community of peers that I believe and know we will remain friends and within the same space for the entire generation. So I would term my time at YALI and my own experience there as deeply, deeply transforming.